Hey guys, Jeff here from Films at Home. I got another 4K review to do for you. Today's is it. This just came in the mail. Excited to check it out. I'll let you know how the transfer is. I'll let you know how the audio is. I'll give you the down low on all the special features, what comes with this, and I'll let you know if it's worth a pickup. Here we go. Alright guys, so I just checked this out. A couple things to note here first with it. This is not a true 4K title. So this was finished in 2K. It had a 2K digital intermediate. All special effects were done in 2K. And then it was up converted to 4K for the home media release. Now that's not to say that this release in any way doesn't deserve a 4K upgrade. In fact, there are a lot of things that make the 4K really worth it for a movie like it. First off, one of the things I really noticed was that a lot of the darker scenes, especially ones in the sewer, towards the end of the film, there's a lot of stuff in here that's really hard to make out sometimes. I even remember in the movie theater when I saw this, having kind of a difficult time making some of the scenes out towards the end especially. And the HDR and the deeper blacks that come with 4K really improve that experience and make it much easier to see exactly what's going on. Something else I noticed was that this looked, I compared this to the Blu-ray, and this looked a lot closer to the theatrical presentation, which for most digital theaters would have been done in 4K. The colors were really good. The resolution, the upgrade is pretty solid. You don't really notice any cloudiness or any grain in some of the visual effects. They did a really good job of converting this anyway. And if you look at the Blu-ray disc, it is a little bit dimmer. You can notice there are some fine lines that aren't as good as they are in the 4K with the upgraded resolution. There's some fuzziness, and so the 4K definitely helps with that. There are also certain things about this that really stick out with the HDR. The red balloon, when it's floating against a black background, just pops with the HDR in this. Really pops against your screen. The yellow raincoat, the scenes down the sewer, like I said, the grays and the blacks are so deep that you can tell what's going on. The scenes out in the forest with Pennywise, it's really striking to see him in full color through the woods, and the HDR is really the biggest upgrade here. You could do without the Blu-ray just for the fact that the HDR is going to be worth the extra $5. The resolution won't really do it. Like I said, it's an up convert. But definitely I recommend 4K just for the HDR quality alone. Now in this release, you're going to get the 4K disc, you're going to get the Blu-ray disc, and you're also going to get a digital copy. Since this is a Warner Brothers title, the digital copy is actually going to redeem in 4K, so that's pretty cool. They're one of the only studios that does that consistently. And then on the Blu-ray disc, you're going to get all your special features along with the original film, and then you just have the film on the 4K disc. Unfortunately, there is no extended release with this. It's just the original film. There are 11, I believe, 11 deleted and extended scenes which you can watch, which are pretty good. But it's not kind of the almost promised director's cut that we were told we were going to get when this released. As for the other special features, there's a sit down with Stephen King where he talks about how he came up with the idea for the novel, talks about the movies. There's a Losers Club feature that talks to each of the kids. And then there's also a Pennywise Lives, which dives into Bill Skarsgård's representation of the clown, how he kind of got into character and how that all came to be. So it's a pretty cool release. There's a few good special features. The deleted scenes and extended scenes are nice. It's just not quite what we were hoping with the director's cut. And I'm a little afraid that that's going to come out later this year or something and really kind of throw everybody off who bought this release on release day. For the audio, this does also come with the Dolby Atmos. So if you have the Atmos capable system like I do, you're going to get a really great experience. The movie sounded great in the theaters. It sounded maybe even better here in my home theater. I was really impressed with the audio, the Dolby Atmos. And then if you don't have that, there is also the DTS HD 5.1 lossless audio. And there's a couple other options for subtitles and things like that. So there's a little bit to go around here, but the Dolby Atmos in terms of audio is definitely the highlight. So overall, this is really a no-brainer. The movie, of course, was excellent. The movie was great. I still loved it on my second viewing. The HDR, the 4K, if you're going to upgrade, definitely do it for the HDR. If you don't have an HDR capable TV, this probably isn't worth it yet. You should definitely upgrade to that if you're thinking about jumping into 4K anyway. But since it is a 2K digital intermediate and they filmed it at 2K, then it's not really worth it just for the resolution alone. Special features, again, they're really good. There's some great stuff on here. The fact they talk to the kids, they talk to Bill Skarsgård, Stephen King, and they include the extended scenes, but unfortunately they didn't give us the director's cut that was talked about, so a little bit of a minus there, but overall still a pretty nice package from Warner Brothers. Overall, I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5. I think the director's cut would have been a solid 5 out of 5. You know, the 2K intermediate kind of plays against it, but the HDR is really solid. You know, I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen this movie yet in theaters, definitely go pick it up on release day. It's a great movie. If you liked anything like Stranger Things, or you like any kind of those 80s horror movies, or anything like the Goonies, or all that nostalgia that's in right now, then it is really going to be right up your alley. It's funny, it's scary, it's got a lot going for it. I definitely recommend it. And if you can find the 4K copy and you have that HDR TV and the Atmos audio system available, then that's definitely the route you're going to want to go. It's a high quality up conversion. Unfortunately, it's not mastered at 4K, but it's one of the better up conversions. It's much better than anything like, say, Lionsgate has done when they released Kick-Ass or Warrior or all these other releases they're just pumping out into 4K. Warner Brothers took the time on this one, did a nice conversion. The HDR is really great, and so I definitely recommend picking it up. So guys, that's about it for today. That's the It Review 4K copy. Definitely, like I said, you got to go grab it if you don't have it. Hopefully you guys like the 4K reviews. I've got a couple other ones on my channel. There's a Terminator, Dunkirk. I'm going to keep them coming. In a few days, you'll see Blade Runner 2049. I'll be reviewing that soon, so keep an eye out for that video. If you like this video, please like it. Please tell your friends about it. Share it on social media. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. A lot of people got the 4K copies early, so let me know what you thought of the review. Let me know what you thought of the 4K. I'll just try to respond to all the comments as best as I can. Last thing, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll put a link down in the description. It's films_at_home. I post all kinds of stuff on there. There's some great content you won't see on the channel. Pictures of movies I've picked up, or quick little mini reviews and stuff like that. So we've almost got 10,000 followers. We just crossed over 9,200. So definitely go follow us on there. It's a great community, great Blu-ray collecting community. If you don't have an Instagram account, I definitely recommend getting one and hopping on there and finding me and following me and say hi. So until the next time, guys, this was my It 4K review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in a couple days with Blade Runner.